All right, nice to see you guys. We're out here at beautiful Rainbow Gardens on Bandera and talking about roses. So my name is Holly Hodgins. I'm with the San Antonio Rose Society. I'm also a Bexar County Master Gardener, and I am talking about pruning roses today and what to do. Now, we've gone through the pruning demonstration, and once all of that has been done, you've cleaned out the debris around your bush. You've gotten rid of, when I talk about debris, I mean dead leaves, branches, anything that doesn't belong there. You've taken that out. You've got a nicely pruned bush. You've picked off all of the leaves. There's no foliage on there. You're gonna spray it really good with the Dormant oil. This is basically going to take care of insects that have overwintered in your bushes or fungus spores. So you want to apply this liberally. This is a spray which is excellent if you just got a few bushes and it's easy to get to. You want to saturate your stems that have been stripped of every leaf and have been newly cut. You're going to saturate these until it is dripping off. Now, I have so many bushes that I get it where I mix it in a hose-in sprayer, and I will spray my bush really well, and then I will saturate the dirt around it. So when you've got a few bushes, this is fine. If you've got several, you want to go ahead and get it to where you can put it with, I mean, you could do it like this, but your hand will really be hurting at the end of the day. So anyway, Dormant oil, excellent. There's another oil here, neem oil. Oh, another thing. This one, as well as neem oil, orange oil, what other oils there are out there, I can't think of it right now. You do not want to use these when the temperatures are high. So if you're going to spray this in, I really wouldn't even spray it in the summer, but if you do, you want to make sure that you are doing it very, very early in the day where it's got time to completely dry off before that sun comes up. Doing it in our cooler temperatures, you still want to do it in the morning because some spots can get pretty hot if you've got a lot of direct sun. This will burn your foliage. So doing it when there's no foliage, you've just deadheaded, that's fine. But once you've got foliage on here, and this goes for any, not even just roses, any plant that you have that you want to put this on, don't do it when you're going to have temperatures high. I think it's 80. I think it says if it's over 80 degrees. Yeah. So just be careful, be aware. It's an excellent product. Anytime you apply these though, you do want to saturate really well because you just want it to run into every time. You may not even see a little nook or cranny in your bush. This, if you put it in liberally, it's going to get everywhere. And basically what it does is just suffocates whatever it is that you don't want there. So excellent. Oils are wonderful. Make sure that you use that as part of your spring pruning plan. You need to make sure that you use that. After you've done that, your plants are ready to be fed. So if you brought home a new plant from Rainbow Gardens, which is an excellent place to come out here just to enjoy the day. It's like a park out here, it's beautiful. You've taken home your rose bush and you are going to plant it. You're going to either put it in a pot, you're going to put it in the ground, wherever you're going to put it. You want to, I also will go ahead, anything that I buy and I take home, if it's early in the year, I go ahead and strip it down and do it as if I've had that plant for a year. Now, if you get your bushes here at Rainbow Gardens, they've already been cut. So you don't need to worry about doing that, but I would still strip the leaves off. I'd apply the Dormant oil, and then I would put it in the ground. So when you're gonna put it in the ground, I always, part of my plan is to put Osmocote in the hole. So put some Osmocote in there. This is a slow feed fertilizer. It'll be feeding those roots for, I think 4 months. And if you're busy and you're working, you don't have time to get out there and feed, at least they're getting something. You also want to mix in organic So Rose Tone is one. Rose Glow is an excellent source of nutrient, micronutrient. Everything your bush is going to need is in this little bag right here. It's like a energy bar, like a super energy bar, protein shake or something. This is good stuff. Super vitamin. This is very, very good. You want to put this, you can put some of this in the hole if you're just putting your bush in the ground or in a pot. My existing bushes, I just scratch around all the way around where you could imagine that the drip line of your bush is going to be. Scratch around, take a handful of that, sprinkle it in, mix it in with that area that you've scratched in, water it in really good. And I don't know what the actual, I just do handfuls. Here they're suggesting if you've got a bush that's been in the ground for a good while, you're probably, and it's a large, like a tea or a grandiflora, maybe even a climber. It says put a cup in, sprinkle it in there, water it in really good, and you will not be disappointed. Excellent product. Other products are, this is the Fox Farm product. This is a slow release, also organic. Excellent product. Everything that you need for your roses you can find here at Rainbow Gardens. They've got every Fox Farm product. They've got ones that you can use on your roses as well as your other bushes that you have. This is an excellent product. Liquid, there are liquid, this has got calcium and magnesium in it. One of these has kelp. We don't have kelp. We don't have the kelp one, but they do have a great liquid kelp also, which is good. Grow Big, a liquid food. My only caution with these, especially with these organic ones, is to be very sure that you mix it as the directions require. We've got over 100 bushes, so we actually mix a big batch up in a 32-gallon trash can and we pour it out that way. But you want to be very, very sure that you mix it as recommended, okay, because you don't want to burn anything. So these are all super bloom. If you want those really ginormous blooms, excellent. Also, don't apply them more often than they require you to do it. So just read. I know we don't like to read the directions, but read the directions. Yeah. So I want to make sure I covered all the fertilizers. This is another Happy Frog. Happy Frog, excellent product as well. Happy Frog, Fox Farm, remember both of those. Excellent quality, very, very good products. Miracle Grow is also good. You don't have to look specifically for the ones that say rose on it. Typically the numbers are going to be, there's a number on this. What the number is on this one. This is 18, 24, 16. You don't have to get the exact one that says rose on it. Typically they'll I think it's just their red, yellow label, I think. I can't remember. It's their average one. And that's fine if you want to feed weekly or every 10 days or something like that. And then next, very important, you've got your bush, you've pruned it, you've got these great little shoots coming out, nice happy little leaves, and you've killed all the insects that are around it, but your neighbor didn't kill their insects. So guess what? They're coming to your house because you have snacks and they like snacks. So they're coming to your house. So you do need to keep a good insecticide and a fungicide. If we have these mornings that are wet and yicky, kind of muggy outside, you're going to end up with a fungus problem. You just want to stay on top of it. The best way to enjoy your roses year-round is to stay on top of it. And the best way to do that is to buy products like, this is a Bonide Rose Shield, and this one is good for disease and insect. Go out there. I try to stay on a 2-week spray schedule. Not always really good at it. Try to get out there in the mornings, even in the summertime. Cucumber beetles, aphids, and thrips are going to be your nemesis if you don't stay on top of it. We've got something here in San Antonio called a chili thrip, which not only, and you can't see them, they're tiny, tiny, tiny. They are infecting not just the leaf, the foliage, but also the bark. So if you use products like this that you can find here at Rainbow Gardens, you're going to be able to stay on top of it, and you're not going to have a problem. So, or your problem will be much smaller. It won't be catastrophic. So this is called Rose Shield. We also have, oh, I didn't see this, Has to Grow, excellent product. Also mix this as directed. What other insecticides? Here's a, this one is called Monterey Rose and Flower Spray. Keep an eye on your bushes, walk your garden. The best advice that I could give anybody, whether you grow roses or azaleas or anything, anywhere, is to walk your garden. Even if you've just got a few potted plants outside, walk your garden. Know what's going on, look around, look underneath the leaves, check it out, and always have something like this on hand. Sometimes I'll just find one bush that is got a problem with cucumber beetles. The other ones seem to be fine. Sometimes you get one that's a little more susceptible than others. Get a little spray, clear spray bottle that you can get somewhere. Yes?
I have a question. I don't have very much space, and our yard is really tiny. Can we grow roses in containers?
Yes. Containers, excellent question, thank you. Container rose gardening is a thing. It's a big thing, and here in San Antonio, we do a lot of it. I live up in the Stone Oak area, and it's hard to go down into the ground because we're on rock. So we've got a good majority of our roses are in pots, and we just get big pot, beautiful selection of pottery right here behind me at Rainbow Gardens. And you can have, it's really art, really. You've got this beautiful pot, you've got your beautiful plant, and very desirable. So yes, pots are excellent for growing roses. Another thing about pots and roses is that you can control the soil much easier. Over time, that soil level is going to drop, and you're going to need to add soil to that pot to keep your roots underground. It's much easier to do that in a pot than it is, you can do it in the ground, and I do it all the time, but it's so much easier to handle it and manage it when it is in a pot. Another thing about pots, if you are starting with a very small baby bush, some people have cuttings, or you've started with one that's just, you've got some fairly new, like 1 or 2 year bushes that they're just not massive yet. Don't put it in a pot that's ginormous. You want to put it in a pot that is more to its size, because you want those roots to get in there and to be snug. And once, you don't want it to get root bound, so once it looks like it might be getting root bound, then it's time to graduate to a bigger pot. So don't put it in that ginormous pot to start out with.